and welcome to Value Chain TV News Update. I am Adabi Ogwejofor with the news. And on the news update, the Office of the National Security Advisor has called on the public and international community to provide information that can assist law enforcement agencies in apprehending the executive manager of Binance for the African region, Mr. Nadeem Anjarwalla, who escaped from detention. Head of Strategic Communication, Mr. Zakari Minjiyawa, said a manhunt had been launched for Anjarwalla's rearrest. Value Chain TV had earlier reported that the suspect escaped while under a 14-day remand order from a court in Nigeria and was scheduled to reappear before the court again on April 4, 2024. Some Nigerians who spoke to Value Chain TV shared their thoughts concerning the development. The report.
The issue is our security system is porous. Yes, it is often said that in an unjust society, silence is a crime. We can't keep quiet but to say what we know that is happening. The security system is porous in the sense that we cannot have such a number of people. Okay, let's take a look at the kidnapping scenario. We have security at work, and yet in some schools, such a number of people missing. That means something is wrong somewhere.
For some of us, it's disappearance from the custody. It is just something that is shocking to us. Simply because this has happened over time. We've seen where armed bandits were arrested, and then the police stations or where they have been kept being raised, and most of them got free. We've seen situations whereby our prisons are being raised down, and then a lot of terrorists are being freed from that custody, including the FCT. I remember, if I could recall vividly, there was a time where one of the most, the powerful security building was brought down, and then Boko Haram terrorists have to move out. So if this happened, this is not something that should be shocking to us as Nigerians. We've seen this over and over.
The federal government has confirmed that Kaduna-based Islamic cleric Sheikh Ahmed Gumi was invited for questioning over his comments on banditry. Minister of Information Mohammed Idris disclosed this while addressing State House correspondents after the Federal Executive Council meeting at the State House in Abuja. Idris stated that the government will not stop at anything to get information that will solve the problem, adding that Gumi and any other individual for that matter is not above the law. Gumi has been consistent in his demand of granting amnesty to bandits and negotiating with them for peace to reign. The Presidential Compressed Natural Gas Initiative, PCNGI, is set to partner with the Nigerian Army to kickstart the conversion of 30 fleets of vehicles to CNG-powered vehicles in the first quarter of 2024. This was made known during a press conference where PCNGI, alongside the Ministry of Transportation and National Institute of Transport Technology, flagged off the conversion of fleet of vehicles of the Nigerian Army to compressed natural gas and training of Army engineers in conversion technology for 2 weeks. The move, according to PCNGI and the Ministry of Transportation, is to promote the adoption of CNG as an environmentally friendly fuel. The federal government has announced plans to establish a compressed natural gas CNG park at Ajaokuta Steel Company in Kogi State. This was disclosed in a statement by the Minister of Steel Development, Prince Shuaibu Audu, through his media aide Lizzie Okoji in Abuja. The minister stated that the initiative falls under the president's Renewed Hope agenda, aiming to alleviate the hardships faced by Nigerians and contribute to the worldwide shift towards energy transition. The Minister of Power, Chief Adebayo Adelabu, has urged state governments to key into the Electricity Act 2023 signed into law by President Bola Tinubu. Adelebu said this during a one-day walk-in visit to Sokoto State, where he visited the recently completed 38-megawatt independent power plant built by the state government and the Goronyo Dam, one of the facilities being considered for power generation. The minister noted that emulating this development is the only way the country can achieve economic growth and ensure development in the country. The Federal Executive Council has approved 1.267 trillion for the construction of 28 roads and bridges across the country. Minister of Works Dave Umahi and the Federal Inland Revenue Service Chairman Zach Adedeji announced this to newsmen after the FEC meeting in Abuja, which was presided over by President Bola Tinubu. The council also approved the establishment of the Renewed Hope Infrastructure Development Fund to tackle the nation's $878 billion infrastructure gap. West Africa's digital infrastructure service provider, Main One, says the time frame to repair its cables is now estimated at 6 to 8 weeks. In its latest statement, Main One said that the repair timeframe will take longer than initially reported due to the number of cables damaged. Earlier on March 15th, the company had said repairing its undersea submarine cables might take 1 to 2 weeks, with assurance that there was stability in its network across the region and that it worked with regional partners to reroute traffic with restoration capacity. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has announced to Bureau de Change Operators, BDCs, that it has sold $10,000 to each BDC at the rate of 1,251 naira per dollar. This was contained in a circular by the Apex Bank, noting that each BDC is instructed to sell the dollars to eligible customers at a rate not exceeding 1.5% above the purchase price. The development confirmed the resumption of dollar sales to BDC operators after a prolonged period of suspension by the central bank in 2021. Value Chain TV asked some Nigerians if they have noticed any reduction in the prices of goods and services following this development. The report.
People just said Naira, the dollar has dropped, but in fact, if you go to markets now in Nigeria now, you keep seeing things keep increasing. Because even the day before yesterday, I went to go and buy, what do you call it, pure water, sachet of it. They said before they said it's 500 naira at the back. But now up to tomorrow, they even say it's 550 naira. Not even saying it's coming down from that 500 initially before. So I think things are not changing. Let's the government should work on it and see how, if there is anybody that can be able to control this, what is happening in Nigeria. In fact, people are going a lot.
There's no difference between whether Naira had come down or the dollar is still up. We are still in the hardship of high cost of living. To me, I believe that the government knows what to do. We've given a lot of advice to them. It's not as if they don't know what to do. It's just they are not willing to do what they know should have helped the society. Otherwise, we don't need to tell them. It is not going to balance the dollar that matters. If we improve our economy, we have a lot of resources in this country. If the government is really ready to handle these resources to the interest of the society, Nigeria has been blessed naturally by God himself. We are endowed with a lot of natural resources that would have made Nigeria one of the richest African countries, if not competing with the world.
It has been the same, and again, things has even going up. We have not seen the effect of naira coming down or dollar coming down. It has been the same singing we have been hearing. We are praying that since we are hearing that naira is appreciating, let the commodity things come down. Let the masses buy things at a cheaper price. Some people are saying yes from the sellers that are inflating the price of commodities up. Well, if that should be the case, they should have a rethink and think about the masses that doesn't have anywhere to go than to buy what they need for them to consume. So they should rethink and make sure that we don't suffer ourselves. Government should go to the market and monitor the price of commodities. Let there be let the consumer protect protection board come into this situation. Let marketing board, let government, let them have a say in how to control the price of commodity in the market, so that it can benefit for all.
And that's it at the Value Chain News Update. I am Adabio Gwejofor. Thanks for staying with us.